In this video, I'm going to introduce a few amazing Salesforce features related to the user management, which are recently introduced, and some of them are generally available and others are going to be generally available in the Summer 24 release. Here I'm logged into a Salesforce Summer 24 pre-release org, and first of all I'm going to talk about the user access policy feature that simplifies the user creation process. This feature is currently in beta stage and is going to be available in the Summer 24 release. So to enable this feature, search for the user management setting in the Salesforce setup, and from here you can enable this feature, which is called user access policy. Just enable it from here, and when it has been enabled, you will find user access policy in the Salesforce setup. Click here, and from this page you can create user access policies. So using user access policy, you can manage the assignment of permission sets, permission set licenses, the public group assignment to the user, a queue assignment to the user, and you can also automate it. So if I click on new user access policy, here type the name of your access policy. Let's name it admin policy, and here we can define the order of execution in which the policies will run. So I'm going to enter 10. So if we have multiple user access policies, they are triggered in this order. So if I click save, so here on this page you see three buttons: edit criteria, edit details, and delete. So using this button, edit criteria, you define a criteria based on which the policy triggers. So we have different options. We can run based on the role, permission set. So let's run based on the profile. I'm selecting system admin, so I want to run this policy for system admin users only. And on the user object, I have created a user policy picklist field. So I'm selecting this field here, and I'm selecting admin policy. So this policy is going to run for system admin profiles, where user policy is admin policy. And from this section, we can define what actions we need to run. We can either grant access or revoke access. So let's select grant, and we are going to assign a permission set. So here I have created a custom permission with the name my custom permissions. So I'm going to grant this permission set to the user, and I'm going to assign this user to a group that I have created with the name of announcements. And then the third action I'm going to add is to assign the user to a queue, and the queue I have created with the name case advisors. And after defining the actions, we can save it by clicking the save button. Now this user policy has been created. So here we have two options: apply the policy. Using this button, we can apply this policy to the existing users manually. So by clicking this button, it shows all the users that meet the policy criteria that we have defined. So we can select users from here and apply to the selected users. It's going to apply the user policy to all the selected users. So I'm going to not use this feature, and I'm going to automate it. So using this automate policy button, we can automate it, and we have an option to automate and trigger this policy when a user is created, when a user is updated, or when a user is created or updated. So I'm going to select the third option and going to activate it. So once it has been activated, this should run when a new user is created or an existing user is updated and it meets the policy criteria. And in this page you see three tabs here. The first one, user criteria, it shows for which user this policy is going to run. It says for system admin, and where the user policy equals admin policy. And the action tab shows all the actions that this policy is going to assign or revoke. And the third tab, which is the recent user access changes, this feature is brand new concept that starts to build a connection between the user and setup audit trial, and there is going to be more features in the near future releases in this section. And now I'm going to test our policy. So it is activated, and if I go to the user, and if I go to this user, which is a test user with the system admin profile, so the user has 1 2 3 4 5 permission sets, and it's not added to any public group or queue. So if I added a user here, and set the user policy to admin policy. And if I click save, now the policy should run this for this user, and see, my custom permission has automatically been assigned to this user, and this user has been added to the public group with the name announcement, and it has also been added to the case advisors queue. So this is a great feature for user management. Then another feature that I'm going to introduce is that the view summary on the user object. This is already generally available. So if you click view summary, it shows all the permissions that has been assigned to this user on a single page. The object permissions shows all the objects the user has access to, and all the fields that a user has access to, all the permissions, public groups, queues, and all. So you can see all these permissions to a user from a single page. And similarly, another similar feature on the permission set is going to be generally available in the summer 24 release, which is, if you go to the permission set, here you will see a new button which is called view summary, and it also shows all the permission that has been assigned to the permission set. Like this tab shows all the permission set group where this permission set is a member of, and the user permission, like it has run report permission, subscribe to report permission, and in the object tab it shows it has read and create access on the account object, and so on. And then the last feature that has already been generally available is regarding the public groups. If you go to any public group, and here is another view summary button on the public group. If you click this button, it's going to show you where this group has been used in the Salesforce. It shows owner-based sharing rule, criteria-based sharing rule, reports and dashboard folders included in public groups, list view, etc. So this is a great feature where you can see where this public group has been used in the Salesforce org. So it's very handy feature. I hope this video helps. Thank you.